Welcome to another deep dive. This time we're going to be exploring language learning, and wow, you guys sent over some really fascinating stuff. We're about to unlock some serious potential here.
Yeah.
We're talking boosting careers, expanding your mind, even growing as a person. And it's all through learning a new language.
That's right.
I was blown away by this one fact, picking up a new language. It's like a full-on workout for your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it actually improves memory and problem-solving skills. That's wild.
It is. It really is a workout. And it's funny because a lot of people just think it's about memorizing vocab and grammar rules.
Right.
But it's so much more than that. It's like it opens up this whole other dimension of understanding the world, understanding yourself even.
So where do we even begin?
Well,
I mean, the most obvious benefit is communication, right?
Okay, yes.
Like one source called language, the key to unlocking the world. Just imagine. You're traveling to a new country. You can actually have real conversations with the locals. It's not just about ordering food or asking for directions.
Right. Exactly. And it's going beyond that surface level, really connecting with people on a much deeper level. I mean, language is so tied to culture that when you learn a new language, you're not just learning words, you're gaining insight into a culture's values, their beliefs, even their sense of humor.
Oh, that's so cool. Like, one of the sources had these amazing examples of German words.
Oh, yeah.
That have no direct English translations.
Like what?
Like schadenfreude.
Yeah.
That feeling of pleasure you get from someone else's misfortune.
Right.
Or Fernweh, which is like the opposite of homesickness. Like a longing for far-off places.
Yeah, those are such great examples. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you put on a different pair of glasses and you're seeing the world in a whole new way, stepping outside of your own little bubble.
Right.
Appreciating all these different ways of thinking.
So it's not just like checking off a box on your resume.
Not at all.
It's really like building bridges to understand and connect with people in a way you never could before.
Absolutely. And all of that deeper understanding that you get can actually have some serious cognitive benefits.
Okay, you're talking about that brain workout thing.
I am. That's right.
Because the research is so clear that being bilingual or multilingual can make you mentally sharper. There are studies showing improvements in everything from memory to problem-solving skills, even creativity.
It's true. I mean, think about it. When you're constantly switching between different languages, you're basically cross-training your brain. It has to adapt and become so much more flexible.
So learning a new language could help you make decisions faster.
Absolutely.
Come up with more creative solutions. At work, in your personal life, really anywhere.
Anywhere.
That is so cool.
It's incredibly powerful. It's like building up this reserve of cognitive strength that you can use in any situation.
Okay, but let's be real. Let's talk about career advantages. Because in today's world, being able to speak another language, it's a huge asset.
It is. It really is. And the sources you sent over, they really hit on that. Like companies all over, they want employees who can work with these diverse teams, understand different markets, navigate international business deals.
So it's not just about translating documents.
No, not anymore.
It's about bridging cultural gaps, building relationships. I mean, you could work in international business or tech, healthcare.
Right.
I mean, knowing another language just opens up so many doors.
So many doors. And it's not even just about specific industries.
Right.
It's the skills you develop while learning the language.
Like what?
Like adaptability, communication, problem solving. These are valuable in any job.
And, speaking of building relationships, one of the things that really hit me from the material was the emotional and social impact of actually speaking someone's native language.
It creates such a connection.
It does.
It goes beyond words. It's incredible.
It's like you're showing respect for their culture.
Yeah.
Creating this sense of trust and warmth that's hard to achieve otherwise. Like, you're not just a tourist anymore, observing from the outside. You're participating.
Exactly.
Sharing their experiences on this deeper level.
It's a shared experience that leads to those more genuine connections.
Right.
Whether you're traveling or making new friends or even building business relationships.
We'd be doing a disservice, though, if we didn't acknowledge the challenges. Because let's face it, language learning can be tough.
It can be.
There are going to be times when you're frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Confused, maybe even doubt yourself a little.
You will.
About ever becoming fluent.
It's true. There will be challenges along the way, but it's all about how you approach them.
Okay.
I mean, the sources you sent over, they actually look at these hurdles as opportunities for growth.
Oh, interesting.
It's all about embracing the process.
Okay.
Realizing each mistake is just a step closer to fluency.
Like one source even described those aha moments. Like when something finally clicks as these small victories.
Yeah.
And with each victory, you build more confidence.
Exactly.
Not just in your language skills, but in yourself as a learner.
That's such an important point. It's like building resilience.
Right.
That you can take with you to other parts of your life.
So we shouldn't see these challenges as roadblocks.
No.
But like stepping stones on the path to fluency and personal growth.
Exactly. All part of the journey, and the journey itself can be just as rewarding as the destination.
Before we move on.
Yeah.
I'm curious what stood out to you from all this research.
Well, I think what really fascinates me is how all these different sources, they all come back to the same idea.
What's that?
This transformative power of language learning. It's not just about acquiring a skill.
Yeah.
It's about unlocking this whole new part of yourself.
Right.
Cognitively and personally.
So it's like language learning is this catalyst for growth, pushing you out of your comfort zone, embracing new experiences, new ways of thinking, new connections.
And becoming a more adaptable, more empathetic, and just a more well-rounded person.
So we've covered a lot.
We have.
From enhancing communication to boosting your brain power.
Yeah.
Opening up these career opportunities, deepening your cultural understanding, even fostering personal growth.
It's really amazing.
It's clear that learning a new language is so much more than just adding a line to your resume.
It's true. It's so multifaceted. The benefits just go so far beyond basic communication.
Okay, before we wrap things up, we want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay.
One of the sources posed this really thought-provoking question.
What's that?
Imagine a world where everyone spoke at least 2 languages.
Wow.
How do you think that would change things?
That's a powerful image. A world where communication is so much easier.
Right.
Where those cultural barriers are diminished and empathy and understanding are so much more accessible. Right. It really speaks to the power of language learning.
It makes you wonder what kind of positive changes we could create just by expanding our linguistic horizons. So as we move into the next part of our deep dive, we want you to think about that vision, what it means for you. What language have you always wanted to learn? What doors could it open for you? And remember, even if you're just starting out, every step you take is a step in the right direction. It doesn't matter if you've never tried learning a language before or if you've dabbled in a few. This is about taking that initial step, whether it's downloading a language learning app, listening to a podcast in another language, or even just trying to learn a few basic phrases. You never know where it might lead you.
That's so true. It's about opening yourself up to new possibilities and embracing the journey. And speaking of journeys, let's shift gears a bit and explore the idea of language as a path to personal growth.
Okay.
One of the sources you shared talked about how learning a new language can actually change the way you think.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. It wasn't just about being able to communicate in another language, but about developing a different perspective on the world and even on yourself.
Exactly. It's like expanding your cognitive toolbox.
Right.
When you learn a new language, you're not just learning new words. You're learning new ways of expressing ideas, new ways of making connections, and even new ways of solving problems.
One source even talked about how bilinguals and multilinguals tend to be better at multitasking and switching between tasks because their brains are so used to juggling different languages.
It's like mental agility training. You're constantly challenging your brain to adapt and become more flexible. And that flexibility, you can take it into other areas of your life, your work, your personal relationships.
So learning a new language could make you more adaptable and resourceful.
For sure.
In all sorts of situations.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
It really is. And let's not forget the confidence boost you get from mastering a new language. It's a sense of accomplishment that can make you feel more capable and empowered in other areas of your life as well.
Like proving to yourself that you can achieve something that seemed impossible.
Right.
That self-belief can be incredibly powerful.
It really is. It's about pushing yourself beyond those limitations and realizing you're capable of so much more.
I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier about language learning being a journey. One of the sources talked about embracing the ups and downs of that journey, the moments of frustration and the moments of triumph.
It's so important to remember that language learning isn't always easy.
Right.
There will be times when you want to give up.
Yeah.
You feel like you're not making progress.
Yeah.
But it's in those moments that you have to remember why you started.
Yeah. It's about focusing on the long-term goal.
Exactly.
And celebrating those little victories along the way. Like finally understanding a grammar rule or having a conversation in your new language.
It's about reframing those challenges as opportunities for growth and celebrating every step forward, no matter how small.
And, it's also about finding ways to make it enjoyable.
Oh, for sure.
One of the sources talked about the importance of finding methods that work for you.
Yeah.
Whether it's immersion, language exchange programs, online courses.
Yeah.
Even just watching movies and listening to music in your target language.
I completely agree. It's about finding what sparks your interest and makes you want to keep going. If you're not having fun, it's going to be much harder to stay motivated.
So it's not just about the tools, it's about the approach.
Exactly. Some people thrive in classroom settings while others prefer a more self-directed approach.
Right.
There's no one-size-fits-all method.
So true.
It's about experimenting and finding what works best for you.
And being patient with yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Learning a new language takes time and effort.
It does.
It's not something that happens overnight.
No, it's a process that requires dedication and perseverance.
Right.
But the rewards are so worth it.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, we want to leave you with this thought. Language learning is a journey of self-discovery. It's about pushing your boundaries. Expanding your horizons, becoming a more well-rounded individual. And remember, the most important step is the first one.
Take that leap.
So what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Take that leap and start exploring the amazing world of language learning.
You might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving.
Now, before we finish up completely, I want to circle back to that thought-provoking question from earlier. Imagine a world where everyone spoke at least 2 languages. How do you think that would change things?
It's a fascinating question. On a practical level, communication would obviously become a lot easier.
Yeah.
We could connect with people all over the world without language barriers, opening up so many opportunities.
They're breaking down walls and building bridges.
Exactly. And imagine the impact on travel and cultural exchange. Experiencing different cultures in a much more authentic way, connecting with people on a deeper level, gaining a much richer understanding of their perspectives.
It would challenge us to step outside of our own little bubbles and embrace the diversity of human experience.
It's so true. I also think it would have a profound impact on global issues.
Okay.
Imagine being able to collaborate on solutions to climate change, poverty, and conflict with people from all over the world.
Working together towards a common goal.
Exactly.
That's like unlocking a new level of human potential.
It is.
A world where we're not limited by these language barriers, where we can truly connect and collaborate on a global scale.
It's such an inspiring vision, and it all starts with each of us taking that first step.
Towards language learning. So as we conclude our deep dive into the power of language learning, we want to leave you with this sense of possibility and encouragement. Remember, learning a new language is a journey. And it's a journey worth taking.
It is.
It's about more than just words and grammar. It's about expanding your mind, connecting with the world, unlocking your full potential as a human being.
It's a journey of self-discovery.
It is.
That can enrich our lives in so many ways.
So for anyone out there who's been thinking about learning a new language, I say go for it. Embrace the challenge. Enjoy the journey.
Have fun.
And see where it takes you. You might be amazed by what you discover along the way. And who knows? Maybe you'll even help create a world where language is no longer a barrier but a bridge to a brighter future. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.